The deficits are getting incredibly high, and lots of companies are starting to question the positioning of the US dollar as the world's reserve currency. We used to have that position after World War II, and now people are saying, okay, you guys should not be in control of the shop because you're financially and fiscally irresponsible. So, and then also your president sucks. A lot of the world doesn't like Trump. Let's just be honest about that. I don't. I told you what my position is. I don't care that much because I don't want the politics to guide my decision making. However, I get it when people say, "I that guy, I don't like that guy." I'm like, yeah, I kind of understand. So anyway, what I was thinking is in terms of preparing for this, and people sort of not wanting the U.S. dollar to be the world's reserve currency and stuff like that, is I said, maybe this is the time to stack up on some gold, not because the dollar is going to collapse tomorrow. I don't believe in those conspiracy theories and panic buying. I don't think that's required here. I think just sort of prudently positioning your portfolio so that as the more bad news comes out about the dollar and also with inflation, that you'd kind of be ready for that. Because I just don't see any hope for the national debt. I really thought at the very least that the Republicans were going to be the ones that would come in and try to push for some fiscal discipline. And Trump, his big beautiful bill is actually spending more money than the Democrats did. So it's kind of crazy. It's like, okay, nobody cares about the debt or the deficit or any of that. It's insane. And so another thing about gold is that gold helps during a recession. I told you all that I think that we're probably in a recession now. Student loan payments are slowing down. There's a lot more defaulting. Also, buy now, pay later apps. They're starting to find that people are starting to default on that. So the consumer is cracking. When the consumer cracks, the economy cracks because 70 to 80% of the U.S. economy is driven by consumer spending. So, given that that's happening, gold might be something that benefits. Also, global conflict. Whenever there's global conflict, geopolitical instability, the price of gold tends to go up. Right now, there are lots of hotspots around the world in terms of geopolitical conflict. In fact, I just saw today that Greta Thunberg, I think that's her name. She's an activist. She's like this young girl. I think she's probably like maybe 16 now. And for whatever reason, she's super famous for being an activist or something. And she was just arrested by the Israelis for breaking through the Gaza blockade or something. And so I just, when you think about what's going on there, we think about what's going on in Russia and Ukraine, and then LA, there's just chaos out there in LA right now. Be careful out there. If you live out there, my heart's with you. And so geopolitical conflict tends to push up the price of gold. And also, a lot of central governments are stacking gold. The demand for commodity tends to increase the price. So, given that central banks are starting to buy more gold, I think it's a good financial strategy is to kind of follow what the banks are doing. So, let me give you a couple of tickers you can look at if you're looking to buy more gold. The biggest, easiest way to buy gold is to buy an ETF called the Spider Gold Shares Trust, and that ticker symbol is GLD. GLD. And so you can buy shares of GLD, pop it in your portfolio, buy a little bit, every few months or something, and just have it sitting there. So in fact, literally while I'm talking to you, I'm not just talking. I practice what I preach. So I'm actually literally buying more gold for my portfolio right now. The price of GLD is $306 per share. On most apps, you can buy fractional shares. So you don't have to buy a whole share.